Discover the poorest and dirtiest country in the world. Explore Bangladesh, the country facing great challenges and ranking among the poorest in the world. This place, located in South Asia, has a fascinating history. It was under British control for a long time and has influences from both Hindu and Buddhist cultures. Additionally, Islam is also significant in Bangladeshi society. Despite having a considerable territory, with around 148,000 square kilometers, Bangladesh faces a major problem: overpopulation. According to the 2020 census, it has an official population of 169 million people, making it a densely populated country with serious poverty issues. It's akin to India in this aspect, with lots of people and many challenges. If you want to explore Bangladesh, you'll find tropical beaches and lush forests. However, you'll also encounter other challenges, such as the infamous fly plague in this country. If you plan to visit, make sure to pack insect repellent in your luggage. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh and the most developed city in terms of quality of life. It's also the most populous, with around 23 million inhabitants. That's why not many people are eager to visit Bangladesh. But even if you decide to go, you should be aware that it's prone to earthquakes and floods. So don't be surprised if you experience one of these natural phenomena while you're there. Bangladesh has an interesting history. It emerged after the fall of Hindu empires in the past. Although it adopted a more Islamic culture from the 12th century onwards, it never fully separated from nearby India. During the 1900s, the Muslim population was concentrated in the east and the Hindu population in the west. This division persisted, and the country had trouble governing itself. Despite efforts at reunification and reconstruction in recent decades, Bangladesh has been affected by floods and earthquakes that have hindered its recovery. One of the biggest problems facing Bangladesh is overpopulation. Additionally, English is not spoken fluently on the streets and avenues, which can hinder communication. Although the government conducts official business in English, Bengali is the primary language of the country. Having given an overview of Bangladesh, we can see what life is like in the country. It's one of the economically poorest nations, where most people earn less than $1 per day. Many work in very basic conditions, and the minimum wage is around $95 per month. This makes Bangladesh an attractive location for international companies seeking cheap labor. However, it also faces infrastructure problems, such as tangled cables in the streets, indicating its lack of development in some areas. The bustling traffic on Bangladesh's roads brings to mind scenes from the bustling streets of Vietnam and India, with vehicles that never stop. A simple careless walk can greatly increase the risk of being hit by a motorcycle or car, as there are no overpasses or underground passages for pedestrians. So you have to always be alert and rely on the police to regulate traffic flow. If you're someone who values peace and can't stand constant noise, Bangladesh can be quite unsettling. Life here is completely different from the everyday. Even on relatively quiet roads, the constant honking of cars can drive you crazy and cause stress. Hello to all the amazing viewers enjoying this video. If you haven't already, why not subscribe to our channel to never miss another video like this one? Just click the subscribe button below and join our community of travelers and adventurers. You won't regret it. Public transportation in rural areas usually consists of old buses that are between 20 and 30 years old. The seats are uncomfortable and always packed to the brim. In cities, bicycles serve as taxis, but unfortunately, they have to be pedaled by human force, which can be quite exhausting. On the other hand, in Bangladesh, you may come across disputes between cyclists or heated arguments between street vendors in the squares. Overcrowding, almost constant chaos, and demanding lifestyles can easily irritate people while exploring cities and markets. As for street food, while it's common, it can be concerning due to the lack of hygiene at many stalls. Education in the country is virtually non-existent, which contributes to an extremely low general cultural level. Additionally, cities suffer from high levels of pollution and garbage is everywhere. Another aspect that can disturb your tranquility while traveling through Bangladesh is the excessive attention you receive from people on the street. You may feel like you're constantly being watched invasively, which can convey the feeling that they're looking to take advantage of you in some way. In summary, traveling through Bangladesh can be a unique experience, but also full of challenges and situations that can be uncomfortable. It's important to be prepared to face them and act cautiously in your interactions and transactions. The country offers a wide variety of temples and museums with architecture inherited from ancient empires and the nation's founders. But it's important to note that entry to these museums often has a different price, meaning that tourists usually pay more than locals. In Bangladesh, you can take boat trips similar to those in Venice, where locals take tourists along the rivers in their own boats and generate income this way. It's striking that in a country where prostitution is tolerated, alcohol consumption is prohibited by social norms. Although it's not expensive and its availability is limited due to social issues, alcohol is not legally sold in Bangladesh's stores, making it practically invisible. One thing you'll like is how cheap everything is. For example, you can satisfy your hunger at a restaurant for just a few dollars. Accommodation in hostels and hotels is also economical, with rates ranging from $6 to $40. And if you want to live outside the city center, a one-bedroom apartment costs just $70 in the market. On the other hand, something delightful is that when locals see a foreigner, they often gather around you, greet you warmly, and ask you to take photos. In Bangladesh, you feel truly special and appreciated. Despite economic advances, it's important to note that in Bangladesh, with a population of 169 million inhabitants, many people struggle to survive. According to unofficial estimates, almost 5 million people live on the streets of the country in conditions of homelessness. Reintegrating them into society and helping them become productive citizens is a daunting task. In summary, Bangladesh is a country with a wide range of contrasts. From its rich history and architecture to its social and economic challenges, it offers a unique experience for visitors. And that's all for today, folks. We hope you've enjoyed exploring Bangladesh with us. But the adventure doesn't end here. Why not continue the journey with us and watch our recommended video to the right? We guarantee you'll love it. Until next time, and thanks for joining us on this exciting adventure.